my name is Raisa Fitri binti Darus. My matric number is 2024-982-902.
My name is Radenelli. My matric score is 2024-255606.
My name is Siti Nur Alisa. My matric number is 20244-11376.
My name is Sharifah Alia. My matric number is 2024-418-292. So today we are discuss about group project ACC 117.
Introduction to assignment. This group project contains 5 parts, which is business background, business transaction, journal, ledger and trial balance. All parts were prepared well in the appropriate ways. The journal consists of sales journal, purchase journal, return inward journal, return outward journal, cash receipt, cash payment journal and general journal. The ledger consists of general ledger, purchase ledger and sales ledger. The trial balance was prepared well at the end of the month. All parts in this group project were performed on their own. The group consists of 4 students for BA 111H. All the group members collaborate with each other in a team to complete the accounting simulation project. All of the group members demonstrate teamwork skills, which are defined as a set of behavior.
So let's move on to the business background. Cik Ella is the owner of the Velvet Closet Enterprise. The business sells a lot of unisex clothes and supply fabric to other retailers. Cik Ella also offers sewing service and sewing equipment. The Velvet Closet was established on 1st January 2024. It's located in Segamat, Johor. Cik Ella started the business with the 40,000 cash in hand and motor vehicle valued at 50,000. The target customer for the business are the student and residents. So the Velvet Closet are located at Lot 27, Jalan Utama 32, Pusat Komersial Sri Utama, 45,000 Segamat, Johor, Darul Takzim. Contact number 06295-259-3087. WhatsApp number 014-314-1106. Operating hours starting from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. The business financial year end on 31st December for each year. All business transactions are keep recorded properly for each month, and the accounting records are properly taken care of by following the process in accounting cycles.
For business transaction, 1st January, the owners start the business with 10,000 cash in hand and 2,000. This remarks as 1 cash and 1 non-cash capital contribution. 1st January, paid shop rental of 2,000 by check. Remarked as expenses. 3 January, bought goods on credit from NT Sdn Bhd worth 700, remarked as credit purchase. 4 January, sold goods on credit to Akila worth 500, remarked as credit sale. 7 January, goods returned by Akila worth 120 ringgit, remarked as sale return.
I'm going to continue from this part. 8 January, purchase a sewing machine worth 3,000 by cash from ADW Enterprise, remarked as cash purchase of non-current asset. 9 January, sold goods on credit to Afif worth 250, remarked as credit sale. 10 January, the owner took 550 for personal use, remarked as cash drawing. 11 January, return goods worth 100 to NT Sdn Bhd, remarked as purchase return. 11 January, purchase office equipment from Afif Stationery Enterprise, worth 100 by cash, remarked as cash purchase.
I'm gonna continue from nearly part. Good return by Afif worth 120, remarked as sales return. Next, the owner took goods worth 450 for personal use, remarked as goods drawing. Received commission 215 by cash from Amri Enterprise for saving service, remarks for income. Bulk office equipment on credit from Jaya Enterprise worth 2,300 ringgit, remarks as credit purchase of non-current asset. Next, sold goods on credit to Hanis worth 500, remarks as credit sale.
So I will continue from Rahayu part. 2022 January, received commission 2,000 by cash from Zoo Enterprise for serving service, remarked as income. Next, 24 January, took a loan from RNB Bank amounting 2,500 by check to expand the business, remarked as non-current liability. 26 January, bought goods on credit from Zalia Enterprise worth 800 ringgit, remarked as credit purchase. Next, 27 January, sold goods to Hani by cash totaling 2,550 ringgit and remarked as cash sale. Also on 27 January, returned goods worth 100 ringgit to Zalia Enterprise, remarked as purchase return. 28 January, bought goods on credit from Aida Clothing Store, Syndrome Berhad, worth to RM200, remarked as credit purchase. And lastly, 29 January, paid utilities bill 300 ringgit by check, remarked as expenses.
I'm gonna move to journal. General journal, date 13 January. Drawing, debit 1,000. Purchase, credit 1,000. 18 January. Office equipment, debit 2,300. Capital 2,300.
Next, I'm gonna move to purchase journal. Consists of 3 account. First on 3 January, NT Syndrome Berhad, RM 700. 26 January, Zalia Enterprise 800 ringgit. 28 January, Aida Clothing Store Syndrome Berhad 200 ringgit. Transfer to purchase account 1,700 ringgit.
Next, for sales journal, for January we have Akila 500 ringgit. 9 January Afif 250 ringgit. 21 January Hadis 500 ringgit. Total transfer to sale account is 1,250 ringgit. Return outwards journal, 11 January NT Syndrome Berhad 100. 27 January Zalia Enterprise 100. Total transfer to return outward journal is 200 ringgit. For return inwards journal, 7 January Akila 120 ringgit. 12 January Afif 120 ringgit. Transfer to return inwards journal is 240 ringgit.
So next, let's move on to cash receipt journal. 1st January, account to be credited. Capital, bank 20,000, cash 10,000. 15 January, commission, cash 250 ringgit. Account receivable 250 ringgit. 22 January, commission, cash 2,000. Account receivable 2,000. 24 January, loan, bank 2,500 500. Account receivable 2,500. 27 January, sales, cash, 2,550 ringgit. Account receivable 2,550 ringgit, and also sales 2,550 ringgit. The total for bank is 22,500 ringgit. Cash 14,800. Account receivable 7,300 ringgit, and sales 2,550 ringgit. So next, cash payment journal. 1st January, account to be debited, rental to bank 2,000. 8 January, purchase on cash 3,000. 10 January, drawing 550 ringgit. 11 January, purchase 100. 18 January, purchase 2,300 ringgit. 29 January, utility 300. So at the end, bank is 4,800, cash 3,650 ringgit, and purchase at the end is 400 ringgit. So let's move on to the next.
Next, I'm gonna move to ledger. First is purchase ledger, consists 3 accounts. First account is account payable NT Sdn Bhd. On the debit side, on 11 January, we have written outwards amount 100 ringgit. On the debit side, we have on 3 January, we have purchased amount 700 ringgit, and the total is 700. We're gonna balance the account on the debit side on 31 January, balance CD 600, and brought it into the credit side on 1 February, balance BD 600 ringgit. Next, account payable Zalia Enterprise, 27 January, we have written outward at the debit side, total 100 ringgit. On the debit side, on 26 January, we have purchased total 800 ringgit. The total is 800 ringgit, and balance at the debit side, which is 700 ringgit, and bought it at the credit side on 1 February, which is on 700 ringgit. Next, account payable Aida Clothing Sdn Bhd. We have purchased at 28 January on the credit side, total 200 ringgit, and gonna balance it on the debit side on 31 January, amount 200 ringgit, and the balance brought at 1 February, amount 200 ringgit. Next, sales journal consists 3 accounts. First account is account receivable Akila. For January, we have sales at the debit side, amount 500 ringgit. At the debit side, on the credit side, on 7 January, we have written inward amount 50 ringgit. The total is 500, and balance at credit side on 31 January on 450 ringgit, and the balance brought to debit side on 1 February amount 450 ringgit. Next, account receivable Afif. We have sales at 9 January amount 250 ringgit. At the credit side, we have written invoice on 12 January amount 50 ringgit. The total is 250 ringgit. Balance at credit side on 31 January amount 200. The amount moved to debit side on 1 February amount 200.
Let's move to account receivable Hanis. 21 January, sale 500 ringgit. The balance in 1 February 500 ringgit. For credit, 21 January, balance 500 ringgit. Purchase 31 January, total credit purchase 1,700. Total cash purchase 5,400. The total is 7,100. Balance for debit 6,700. 13 January, drawing 400. Balance for credit 6,700 and the total is 7,100. Sales 31 January, balance for credit 3,800. 31 January for credit, total credit sale 1,250. Total cash sale 2,550 and the total 3,800. Balance BD 3,800. Return outwards 31 January, balance CD 200. 31 January, total return outwards 200. Balance at 1 February 200 ringgit.
The inwards for 31st January, total return inwards is 240. Total 240 on debit. 31st January, balance CD 240 on credit side. 1 February, balance at debit side is 240. Capital for credit side, 1 January cash 22,500. 1 January bank 10,000. 18 January for office equipment is 2,300. 1 February balance total for credit is 34,800. For debit is 31st January, balance is 34,800. Bank, for bank 31st January, total cash payment 4,600. 31st January, balance CD for the credit is 17,900. Total is 22,500. 31st January for debit, total cash receipt is 22,500. 1 February balance 22,500. Balance BD for 1 February is 70,900. 31st January for cash, 31st January total cash receipt on debit side is 14,800, total 14,800. On debit side, we have 31st January total cash payment 3,510. Balance is 11,290. Total is 14,800 for credit side. For debit side is 11,290.
Let's move on to general ledger 8, which is rental. At 1st January, bank consists 2,000. So at the end of January, 31st January, balance CD is 2,000, and 1 February balance CD is 2,000. So on to utility. At 29 January, bank consists to 300 ringgit. On credit side, 31st January, balance CD is 300 ringgit, and at 1 February, balance CD is 300 ringgit. Office equipment, 11 January, capital from general journal is 2,300 ringgit. To credit side, 31st January, balance CD also 2,300 ringgit, and 1 February balance PD is 2,300 ringgit. Drawings at 10 January, cash 550 ringgit. 18 January, purchase 450 ringgit. So the total is 1,000. To credit side, 31st January, balance CD 1,000 ringgit. 1 February, balance BD 1,000 ringgit. Loan, 24 January from bank consists to 2,000 ringgit 500. So balance CD at 31st January is 2,500, and balance BD at 1st February is 2,500 ringgit.
Next, move to trial balance as at 31 January 2024. First, account payable NT Sdn Bhd 600 on credit.
Account payable Zalia Enterprise 700 on credit.
Account payable Aida Clothing Sdn Bhd 200 on credit.
Account receivable Akila 450 ringgit on debit.
Account receivable Afif 200 on debit.
Account receivable Hanis 500 on debit.
Purchase 6,700 on debit.
Sales 3,800 ringgit on credit.
Return outward 200 on credit.
Return inward 240 on debit.
Capital 4,800 on credit.
Bank 70,900 ringgit on debit.
Cash 11,219 ringgit on debit.
Rental 2,000 on debit.
Utility 300 on debit.
Office equipment 2,300 ringgit on debit.
Drawing 1,000 at debit.
Loan 2,500 on credit.
At the end of 31 January 2024. We get balance on both sides, debit and credit, which is 42,818 ringgit.
Conclusion. So the conclusion of this assignment. After many discussions were made while doing the assignment, we have gained a lot of new knowledge about preparing a financial statement for accounting. We obtained some benefits from the assignment, which is patient in how to face financial problems.
By preparing the financial statement, journal, ledger and trial balance, we can conclude that accounting is important to us in daily life to make sure that our business is performing well. Applying accounting concept into the business is important because it can provide quantitative information to the overview of the business performance.
Apart from that, after some observing of the Velvet Closet enterprise performance, I would recommend that our company to expand our business to other regions in Malaysia such as Melaka, Pahang and also Negeri Sembilan. This planning was made because the trial balance as at 31st January was balanced.
Finally, I hope we will be able to doing this group project like this in the future. Thanks for giving us chance to experience how to manage business and what we need to do in order to problem about financial statement.
So
Thank
that's
you.
all. That's all from us. Thank